Hello and welcome back to Be My Guest. You're still with me, Katie Sirit Singh, and also Kun NASHA Meraksawanit. Today we are going to continue talking about her designs and also hopefully all of her collections as well. So how many collections do you have so far?
Till now we launched 3 collections.
And tell me about your first collection.
My first collection was Spring-Summer 2013. Yes, the first collection was inspired by Antoni Gaudi, the architect in Barcelona. I went to travel in Barcelona, so I was really fascinated about the mosaic and the details of the architect who made. And yeah, so that's the inspiration for the first collection.
So this is actually a piece from your first collection. I have to say I actually love the color.
Thank you.
It's very hot pink. And you said here that this is sort of like the mosaic that you were inspired by.
Yes.
So as you can see, it's still using some of your pieces that are still incorporated in the other collections as well.
Like this one I built to make it have the iconic style. Then I changed the details of the front and the side in every collection. This one I made it from mosaic, like the architect himself, Gaudi. He have mosaic, but it's not usual. So he make it the decoration with the weird curvy looks. So then I interpret it to the geometric form.
Okay. And how about your second collection?
My second collection was Autumn-Winter 2013. That one was inspired by Mayan civilization. So I really like and very interested in how they live in that so long, the pyramid with a lot of elements that until now I still know about Mayan, that the calendar and stuff. So the civilization of Mayan has really inspired me. Yes, so that's the second.
Okay, so this is actually a piece from your second collection, and I have to say it is very, very small.
Yes.
Are you actually able to fit everything into this small item?
Well, if you need only credit card and some cash for you to go party or something like that, but actually this one I created for use with ATM, the model the clutch, because sometimes people cannot fit everything in it. So I was have the funny idea of have the add-ons.
So an add-on, a small little bit more space. So this is, as you mentioned, a sort of what you wear around your wrist.
Yes.
This actually might be very good for when you go partying.
Yes, that's also one of the.
You don't want to carry too much.
Yes.
Okay, but you can't fit your phone in, unfortunately. No. All right. And your last collection, your third collection.
My third collection is inspired by the Memphis. It's a design movement in Milan in the 80s. Yes. And they have a lot of designers that they manifest themselves as a Memphis group. And the design is very interesting and very unique. So that's really inspiring. They have the piece furniture, some are artifacts, lightings, many things, textiles. So they created the group. And that's really something that is very unusual during that postmodern era.
So have you seen actually any celebrities or designers actually carrying your handbags or your designs?
Yes, there are some that before I don't even know them, to be honest. I saw the picture and people tag me on Instagram. I was like, oh, who is this girl? So then I go checked, and yeah, some of them are the fashion editor of the magazine, and one that I really like her is Miroslava Duma. Yes. She's a fashion icon, well known around the world. And she chose to have my back, and that's really makes me happy.
Yes, I'm sure it does. As you mentioned earlier, you didn't start in Thailand. You actually start overseas.
Yes.
So how hard is it to actually bring it back to Thailand or to try and sell your products to so many different markets?
Well, it's basically I base my sales in Paris during the fashion week. So then it happened twice a year, and then after that people see more, and then they liked it, and a lot of countries come, like the buyer from many countries come. So then they select it and they buy it. So basically I base in Paris. But then after that I was thinking, because a lot of people wanted to see my bag in Thailand as well, but I have no display at all. So I was like, okay, maybe Club 21 would suit my stuff. I just have my imagination like that with the market. So then I contact Club 21 when I came back from the first collection. And luckily, the brand manager, she likes it, and she's like, yeah, that's interesting, let's try it on, like put it on the store and see how the feedback's like in Thailand. And it's pretty good. So now we have 3 stores in Thailand. It's Club 21 accessories here, and Club 21 Era 1, most of the stuff there is different from 3 different stores. So in Era 1 is like clutches, evening, more glamour, and in Blackjack it's more casual.
Okay. Besides Thailand, where else can we actually find your collections?
My collection, I have the stock in Paris, New York, Italy, London, and Dubai, and yes, something in Hong Kong. I don't really have a good memory about it. Yes, but most are these main cities that they have it. Yeah.
But where did you have to go to sort of get people to start to notice your brand?
Well, actually I started in Paris, but some are like the press comes and buyer comes. So then people know slowly when the buyer buy my bags to their stores around the world. So then they create the group of people who interest. Yes, I think it started like that more.
Are there any sort of fashion events or fairs or places that you can actually go to sort of present your product?
Yes, I go to Fashion Week. So this thing is like showroom that have like 10 to 15 designers selected on it. So the buyer comes, they know what they want, so they like the design, like this style, so they come to this showroom. They like that style, they come to different showrooms. So it's more like grouping the clients to be more compact.
What would you say your price range for the product is?
Well, it's quite relative. Like in Thailand, the price is actually a little bit more
Really?
cheap.
Oh, cheaper. I thought
It's
more
actually
expensive.
cheaper. It's actually cheaper than abroad, quite a lot, because I produce here. We don't have to pay any freight or anything. So here is more is less expensive. But in abroad is from 500 euros to 2,000 euros. Something like that.
So I guess you can say the price is marketed towards each international market.
Not really each, but they have like quite a certain price, but Thailand is different. Yeah, and they just mark up the price themselves. Yes.
Do you think maybe in the future you might have your own store?
Well, I didn't plan about this yet, because at the beginning that I started with a business plan and everything so on, I didn't really wanted to have that much responsible, to be honest, on having my own stores here. Or it needs more like people to work on, and I like the small company. I don't like it big because it's create me such a chaotic feeling.
What do you think we can actually expect from you in the next coming collection?
The next coming collection is actually already shown in Paris. Yes, but I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you. It's a big secret. So if you actually want to find out, you have to wait until it gets to Thailand.
Yes. Yeah.
So how is it that it arrives in Paris first and not in Thailand if your headquarters are in Thailand?
Well, it's arrived in Paris just for the buyers, so it's not really launched in the store or anything. is still in secret around, because the buyer buy it and then after that 6 months it's in the store. So it's like this, like spring summer is now. So yeah, wish I already did it like a long time ago, last year.
So you're already working on the next collection, are you?
Yeah, right now I'm working on spring summer 2015. Yes.
So how much longer do we actually have to wait until this new one is going to hit the stores?
Well, this one is just hit the store. So the next one would be in August or September.
Okay. I have to say you have had quite an interesting past, being that you've studied interior design, you've moved on to do shoemaking, and now designing handbags. For those who have not maybe come down this particular road and they're interested in doing something or getting involved in fashion, or regardless of what it is, what words of encouragement would you give?
Well, just try. Yeah, I think just try and try the best that you can, because everything it has to fighting for. It's not like, for me, for example, it's not something that it just come because okay, I have to invest, like have people who invest it for me. It's not really like that. People can have investments, but if you don't really go for it, it's not going to happen. Like for me, international market is very competitive, and it's really make you have to work a lot on whatever thought or designing or being like into it a lot. So if not really get into it, it's really hard to be a success or anything.
Well, I wish you a lot of success in the upcoming collection, and hopefully it will sell very well. And maybe in the future we might actually see your store officially open entirely.
Hope so.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with me and being my guest today. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye now, but don't forget, we'll definitely see you again next week. But first, I have to thank you so much, คุณณชา ขอบคุณมากค่ะ NASHA's designs are now globally available at luxury selected stores online or at department stores everywhere from London, Rome, New York to Dubai. I've already got mine. I hope you go get yours. That's all the time we have. Until next time, I'll see you again. I'm Katie Sidik Singh. สวัสดีค่ะ